key word. Not going about it mechanically, but really doing it with a passion. Positive thinking and messaging. Believing the impossible is possible. And they talk about these big goals that you can set. And that's great if you really believe you can pursue those. But big goals for the sake of big goals don't do any good. You have to really put something behind it to achieve it. And overcoming the challenges that you're going to have. Because we're always going to have. Life leadership. I talked before, the first person you need to lead is yourself. And part of this is about creating a new future. And that's what entrepreneurs do. Entrepreneurs create new futures. And what do I mean by that? It means a future which is different than the present. The difference between leadership and managing is leadership is about the future. Leadership means we're going to take somebody from point A, or take our business from one point to another point. So that new point in the future is different than the one we're at now. Management is more about the present. How do we deal with the day-to-day operations? How do we deal with this little problem that comes up? How do we manage our finances? How do I manage this personnel relation issue, this human resources issue? But leadership is about moving forward and creating that new future. So the question is how do you do that for yourself? How do you do that for others? How do you do that for your business? Making aligned choices. I talked before about choices. There's 3 different types of choices. But how are those choices aligned with your vision and your purpose? How are the choices that you make in your business aligned with your vision and where you want to go, and your mission, and what your beliefs are and your values? And it comes down to little things sometimes. Like the price point. And is your price point really representative of the value that you're providing? Is the way in which you deal with concerns and issues really aligned with what your values are and what you think is in the best interest of your customer? So part of it is being customer-centric as well. So, considering alternatives when you make these choices, choosing what you want your business to be and who you want to be, and modeling your values. I have a phrase that I like. A lot of people have to say it 3 or 4 times to explain it for people to understand it. But your behavior today and how you conduct your business today needs to emulate your vision of what you want it to be. In other words, you can't say, I want my business to be like X and still be behaving yourself in a different way. You can't get there in a way which is different than the way you want to be. You have to always be approximating that in your behavior. And that comes down to choices. Moving from passion to action to fruition. Easier said than done. You need to have your passion. I told you before, passion has no value without having action behind it. And then bringing that to completion. So it's about building momentum, designing business and personal success and fulfillment, and living the journey. So living it today like you would like it to be in the future. So we have a little model in the book that looks like that. I'm going to go through that. But it really comes down to something really simple. I've talked about a lot of things this morning, but it really comes down to something really, really simple. I call it BB. No, I don't mean Ninyat. Okay? But it's your heart and your art. And your heart has to do with your beliefs and intentions. What do I believe deep inside? My values, my magnificence. What are my intentions? Do I have ulterior